Children, mortal ladies, my name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Dogma was in My Hero Academia. Sorry, this video was, or this is take 2 of it, because in the first one, I got interrupted by 2 phone calls. So, the 2 people. So, now, and in the first part, I was trying to explain what it is. So, he has like unlimited imprisonment and the all that stuff. So yeah, then he performs miracles, and his actual power is actually infinity. Like Thanos' Infinity Goblin. So, yeah. So he ends up, like, performing awesome miracles. And he can shield quirks away from everybody else. Including, like, side effects of a quirk. I'm looking at you, Toga. That drinking blood side effect thing is making you go crazy. So, yeah. And he's different from his Destiny hero counterpart. Because he's more agile than like anyone else. So, then, of course, so he gets and he has his little sister. Is, of course, one and only her. So, yeah. In my first part, I was gonna plan to put him as a, like, son to her, so that it would be hilarious. But overall, sticking with her would be like, as his sister, yeah. So he doesn't talk much. As he just like, or he actually does talk much, but not like thing. He's more of like a silent and like pop out of nowhere kind. So, yeah. So he gets his quirk checked by the doctor. And he never seen a quirk called unlimited imprisonment. So, yeah. So, give me a minute before that. So, sorry about that. I had to do something for. Okay. So, now let's continue. So when he was at school, or there was a new transfer student. Her name is Himiko Toga. So, yeah. And everyone knows that he was like, well, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna go meet her in person to see what's up. As rumors are spread about her old school. As he walks up, and he's not tired out. But in this what if, of course, he's not like overweight. It's because of his power of infinity. Every time he uses it, he gets tired out. Real easy. And plus, his power of self-revival is always does that. So, yeah. So, and in my first attempt was there will be blood. So, yeah. Sorry. So, he ends up going and seeing Toga. As Toga was on a roof, hiding in a shady part. Like, does that, like, her, like, trying to, like, consume blood thing? As he says, you must be Himiko Toga. Am I right? As Toga's, like, yes, but please leave before I kill you, like what I did. As he says, on the contrary, I'm here to make sure or help you with it. So let me do unlimited imprisonment, or because his weaker self, or actually he like seals Toga's like side effect thing away. Like he basically took it all the way. And like and crushed it before with his like bare hand. And that shocks Toga. Like she couldn't believe that someone actually just did like crushed the entire ear side effect of her quirk and wiped it clean. So he says, it was not much used to be bloodlust. As Toga walks up, or actually, she's happy that she's cured from that side effect thing. So she runs up to him, like literally ran up and gave him a hug thing and told him thank you. Oh. As they both sit down in the shade part, or in the sun, as he says, guess your quirk is transformation, right? Well, let's say mine is unlimited imprisonment. I had to seal a quirk's or seal a part of the like side effect or main part of it away. Hey. So yeah. So she asked, I never got your name, by the way. Oh, me? Call me Dogman. And 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 you might think I but my hero name that I'll if I ever became a pro hero is Destiny Hero Dogman. As the when she heard that he's Dogman, he's basically she he and you might call me Dogman and okay. So as Toga says, well, I'll call you that, but you call me like Himago. Chan. Okay? Hey, Himago. Oh. As they both have really strong bonds. On like his quirk is literal weakest one. It's not like useful in like combat by itself. As he walks down with her to go grab some normal lunch. So yeah, Toga, was, and during the when they were walking down, he told her that, you're only, or actually, when they were up on the roof, they said, or Toga says, you know that story about me at my old school, right? Yeah, but I don't see it as like a negative part. See, it's different for me. Your quirk is different from everyone else's. So he explains that being weird and creepy is the new normal, or is a normal thing. It's your path to that, it's your destiny to be happy and cheerful and all that stuff. As he's like, no matter who says that you're wacky. So, and everyone knows that whoever, or when he says anything, he truly tells the truth all the time. So, Toga says, Actually, she actually says, "Be careful. Oh, I might start." Uh, her- huh? Or actually, she says, "Huh. Well, oh, I, I will. Okay, but be careful. Oh, huh. Yeah, I will." As he says, huh, as he bought her some like normal food things. So yeah, he was such a kind heart. Toga sees that in him. Like, she knows that he's, or everyone stays away from her, but they know that he's around her being so, like, kindness. As one of the students actually told him, "Why are you hanging out with that girl? Did She didn't, like, try to stab you at first, right?" No, it's the, and she's not creepy, or it's her, like, side effect. Her what now? It's her side effect of her quirk. Because we all have different quirks. You might not understand it at first, but when you're, like, around me, you see side effect quirks, or side effects of a quirk makes people do what they get their change their minds to. And yeah. And who's asking him that question? None other than his sister. So yeah. His sister is asking him that question, or those questions. But he, like, laughs it off of, huh, it's hit. Oh, sister, I wish that you knew how side effects work. It's like a kink in the machine. Or it's like an extra gear that everyone has. And she's, like, thinking in her head of, if a person like him knows how humans work, that's my big brother for you. That's what she's saying out loud. Always, he's one step ahead of everybody. So then they trained, or he and Toga went to training, like, test out their new tactics. And yeah, he says, "Huh, it's, to me, it's hand to hand combat." As he really did say that to Toga. Huh. As he cast as a barrier, so that the quirks doesn't, like, fully implemented. Like, basically he locks, like, them out so of their special quirks, but not to him. So, ready, set, go. As he like basically became a Super Saiyan. As Toga and him starts like battling it out. Like him dodging her attacks, her dodging his attacks. It's like pretty good. So during or after all that, they went to UA. And his sister goes to like that usual or support course, but he's a literal like weakest one, so he used his and so he got at least points than anyone else. So but Toga got a highest one, and so she's in class 1A. And and let's say his house, when his getaway house is right next to USJ. So so Toga never saw his relaxed house. So he ends up of course he's told Toga that if he needs anything, just call me, okay? Okay. So so I'm skipping the ball throw and the heroes versus villains to USJ. But one day, or actually during the same time, of course, USJ went to there early. So of course, Toga, after they walked in, they got ambushed. But Toga is startled because she's afraid against villains. So it was just Class A that woke up early. So she yelled so loud, that because his senses. So he gets up, walks or he runs over, and he basically broke the entire door with just one hit. Kaboom! As he goes and he took a hit for Mr. Aizawa. As he turns and tells them, or thanks for calling, and Toga. So let me take care of them. You guys need to get it out of here. As he grabs Mr. Aizawa, and like Toga, like, or actually they got everyone out except for him. So he basically was battling against a Nomu. Yeah. And he ends up winning. Huh. He says, your regeneration is insane. But how do you feel if I can do this? As he touched the Nomu's arm, and the Nomu was dead, like got killed. As where's Shiraki-san? The Shiraki-san is like, no fair, no fair. How are you doing that? Or how did you kill my Nomu? It's my quirk, unlimited imprisonment. That's why I'm in class 1A. Or no, he actually says class 1B. I'm in class 1B. But that's not all my power. As, yeah. All those villains and Toga and every student from class 1A could sense his bloodlust, like looking right at him. Like basically like he did the same thing. And he basically beats all the villains and walked out of there without a single scratch. So he's like, well, now I'm gonna go to class, so see ya. As he leaves, like he actually kisses Toga, so she's blushing. Or actually, during the training thing, like right after her, she actually told him that they need to start dating each other. So they did. Then he says, have fun, Toga. As he was a pretty good guy. As he runs all the way, like at supersonic speeds, faster than Tinya's. And his superhero outfit is similar to, or actually is similar to, like this version. Without the wings. Or actually with the wings. So, yeah. Everyone's like, huh? But they all like told him, or actually when they were doing their hero names, his hero name is Destiny Hero Dogma, as his name. So, yeah, they were like, ooh. So, yeah. As everyone's like, so, or some of them are like, so what is that mean? Like, Destiny Hero Dogma. Well, I do perform, like, I could predict your destinies with, but trust me. Okay? So, then, after USJ, Racerhead told Nezu, no, what happened. And as Nezu's, like, interested in the dogma, because when Mr. Aizawa heard his name from Toga's lips, he knows that he's a Class 1B student that just saved them. And, yeah. The next, or they go and, or he goes and visits with Nezu. As he so he asks, okay, Dogma, let's see. Okay, your quirk is unlimited imprisonment, right? Yes. How does it work? Well, I can do, like, it's similar to Mr. Aizawa's, but on a whole nother, like, scale. Like, basically, if someone had a quirk, I might use it on. But who's the volunteer? Was her, because she was there. Okay, so I can basically, if I do it long range, or I can instant snap my fingers and the entire barrier, or if I point then snap, then it's just that one person's quirk, just sealed until I undo it. Like, he literally points at midnight, snap his fingers, and, like, her. Now try using your. So she tried to use it, nothing happens. Like, huh. And so he's like, huh. Well, if you can do like Mr. Aizawa does, but on a whole scale, how about you need to go to, like, or go to class, like, 1A. Yeah. So he ends up, or actually, he doesn't say that till or Hinman proves to himself. So the next day, or like, I'm sports festival, or I'm skipping the sports festival and internships. So, yeah. And the camp arc was kind of wacky. So, yeah. You basically only or person that got kidnapped was Toga, and he is mad. Like his self, he flies where Toga's at, and yeah, he breaks her out of the villain's base. As yeah, then when Bakugo or not, or when All Might battled against All For One, All Might got defeated, but when Destiny Hero shows up out of nowhere and literally does that punch to All For One's mask, or to his chest. Be prepared. As the villain All For One says, you can't defeat me. And my Nomus will destroy your heroes. As he tells Mountain Lady that better to transform back to your normal size. Okay? Because things get rocky. As Toga knew what he means by rocky. As he snaps his finger without pointing, and the entire barrier that locked the powers, basically killing the Nomus and All For One off. Instant win for the pro heroes. As he walks off just a little, as he turns around and he says, or he does the same thing what Dobby's doing. He says, if. Because they were weaker than me. But my original plan, or actually, no, I'm sticking with my original plan. Because it gets confusing for me. So, my original plan was that Cinnamon, or actually All For One, stole unlimited imprisonment from him. Then he says, you know what, All For One? That's my weakest work. This is my strong power. Infinity Lord. As he basically, All For One was like, no, you will not beat me. As then he does a same thing, but instead of, so he ends up, you know those Dragon Ball Z fights where it's all dots, yeah, it's basically like that, but All For One lost, but Zuku's is, or no, I meant Dogma has quirk, can't be taken, so it's still inside of his body. As they see his true power, As, yeah, he took care of all the, like, nomus, without a lifting the finger. So, yeah, he's basically overpowered. In this What If, but in Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game, he's basically, in modern day, he's probably the weakest one, but not too weak. So, yeah. Then Mr. Aizawa is asking him that, how did you become a Class 1B student? You should have been a Class 1A student. Huh. As he looks at them, or he says, well, it was thanks to that court assessment thing. Okay? Plus, I didn't want any injured people or dead people around me. So that's why I chose Hoons. So, and his sister was watching him, and she was impressed that he gone all out against someone that's basically weaker. Because All For One was weaker than him. So, yeah. And so I'm skipping the, like, dodgeball scene. And, yeah. Of course, he before, she congratulated him about being, like, standing up to, like, the number or symbol of evils, All For One, and one. Huh. Yeah, but now I'm tired out. So, as he goes to sleep, in his relaxed house, he spends most of his time there, but so, yeah, he relaxes. As Nenzu, like, walks into his house, or walks into the relax house, as it was just like illusions of, like, magical worlds things, like endless hallways, similar to a back rooms, but instead of, like, monsters, it's just him and a three-headed dog. So, yeah. But the three-headed dog, I know is different from the, like, this, like, other stories. But in this What If, he's like a pet to Dogma. That's how he got his name, Dogma. So, yeah. So, some of the pro heroes are trying to figure out which way is which. As he gets up, Um, as he walks out, as he says, "What are you three doing here?" As it was All Might, Eraserhead, and Nezu. So, yeah. So, he ends up, Nezu says, "How do you live in this place? It's small, but you make it so much roomier." It's my power of my infinity. I created this inside. So, yeah. Let me show you at the table. And he uses his at the chill out room. And yeah, they all sit down and floating teas comes out of nowhere, and yeah. So yeah, he's basically, and Nezu wants him to go on this mission to go defeat Overhaul. As he says, okay. As yeah, like halfway through the battle, Overhaul became a monster thing, and Dogma became more overpowered, like that, and just or he warps everyone away. Eh? And he threw he used one hand and threw the Powerball or Spirit Bomb with just one hand, and then it obliterated the entire USJ, or no, entire Japan. And they're staring in awe, like, holy crud. As he says, huh. As he used his power to refix it. So, yeah. And she says, "That's my brother for you." When he overthinks, he blasts right through stuff. So, yeah. It's like, and during the ball throw thing, when he threw the ball, it went into the upper atmosphere. So, and he actually, during one mission, then he had to take it solo because Nizu told him there was a nuclear bomb on the in the abandoned warehouse. So he goes in and he sees not one, not two, but three of them. So he's like, huh. Well, looks like I hit a mother load. So, as he used his power, or his strength, to lift all three of them out of their. Yeah. They weren't just small boys, they were the big boys. So he literally threw all three of them into space. Because all three of them counted down from 10, 9, as he does it so fast that even they kaboom in space. So yeah, Nezu says, "I thank goodness we have him on our side." So yeah, as he does a lot of miracles, like sick kid in the hospital, that's prepared to die, kind. But with him, he's like an angel. He like cures the entire like disease thing and make him out of the hospital. So yeah. And he does a lot for the community. Like when I say a lot, huh? He actually so the like crime rate went down to about 0 or is at 0. So he does like disarming like chemical warfare and he stopped a World War III before it started, and he basically, because he's the people's angels, that's what his official title is, the Angel of Destiny, or Angel of Trust. So he ends up doing a lot. I mean a lot of things. So, and he does meet Stars and Stripes. Ames. As Stars and Stripes, Ames and him were on a mission. So, a same mission. So he says, well, then, let me reduce you to my power. So, before we go, or actually, they actually won. So, yeah. So he do, or he does, or actually he got bumped up to Class 1A. And yeah. And yeah. Of course, she, she's like, thinking this, we need an angel. Because they all pointed to a roof thing, or like a space. A black hole was forming. So, yeah. He basically, like, this is no big deal. As he literally jumped all the way into the, like, black hole, like, stops right in front. As he grabs the corners of it. He literally grabbed the, like, entire thing and shrunk it down to the size of a pebble. Yeah, and ate it. As he comes right back, and they're like all confused, like, how did you eat the entire black hole without? As he says, I don't know, but that refreshes. And yeah, and he became a pro hero and a really great father to his children that Toga gave birth to. So yeah, and before we go, the of course Toga's his dad respects him as a person, like thanking him for like saving their daughters is from her like side effects and all the other stuff, but her mother, like Toga's mother, is the same, but she's like upset because she never really met the guy. That's what. So yeah. Then all that happened. So yeah, I'm leaving it off, and it's not a cliffhanger. It's just the I'm. It's. I don't want to reach the 1 hour mark. So or like 10000 kind. So let's do the custom card thing before. I talked fast, so bear with me now. So I made 3 custom cards for like past 2 days. Feels like it. So my first one, I watched a YouTube video about someone try to make the Skull Servant have 10 million attack or bazillion. So in this if this card is activated, you can special summon 2 Skull Servants monsters from either player's graveyards or decks or bannerstones or hands to your field in attack mode. But their original attack points become 9,000 bazillion as on the field. And if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish it. You can select 6 cards from your deck or graveyard or bannerstone to your or field to your hand by banishing this card from your graveyard. So this card is like I can make him have like enough attack points. But this one is for the like fossil things. Like you can select 1 card from your opponent's graveyard and it's like a little snatch card. Like I'm just gonna give you a read. So yeah. And when it says extra deck, you might be wondering, you can take something powerful like Stardust Dragon from the extra deck to your field, and it if it gets killed, your opponent can't use it anymore. So yeah, and If this card is sent to the grave, you can special summon then, or like, you can select one card from your graveyard, return it to your deck, and shuffle it. And then this card is special summon from anywhere to your field in the defense mode. So basically, you can take 2 cards from your deck or from your opponent's deck. So now it's confusing. Yes, I know, but bear with me. But this one is 1 water type monster and plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Everyone has those. So when this card is synchro or special summon, you can inflict 100 damage to your opponent's life points for each card from both players' graveyards and banish zones, or once per turn. If this card attacks your opponent's monster before damage calculations, you can pay 100 life points to destroy all cards from the field, except this card. And this card attacks 3 times per turn. If this card is sent to the grave, you can special summon all the synchro materials from your graveyard, or banish zone, or deck to your field. But their original level becomes equal to this card's level. And then this card is special summoned to your field in attack mode. So basically, this card allows you to, like, if you have like 20 cards in your graveyard and your opponent has 20, that makes it like 40 Ernie, and yeah. Plus your graveyard has like 20, and then, or mana zone, I mean. So yeah. So these 3 custom cards are crazy. Not as crazy as like Dragon of Virus. This would be crazy. Like, it has almost a similar effect to this. And, oh, hold on. Oh, I'm told, yeah. So, bye. Please leave a like, share, subscribe.